Hello guys, this is me Sharad Mohan from Illusionist Photography, and today we are gonna do an interesting tutorial. So this is the image and we are gonna convert it into this. So let's begin. Athena, and it's been a long time since I did with my audio, I guess. And here I have an image of a cliff. So basically, as you can see, I'll select most of the area which has a similar tone. So I'll be selecting the skies. I'll tell you why. Then I'll go to select, invert, and I invert the selection. So in this way I can easily select the mountains. Add a new layer, copy that layer by pressing Ctrl C, and there you got it, paste it by pressing Ctrl V. Okay, now I will select the crop tool and I will scale it up a bit so that I get more space, to add more components. And this is the girl we will be using. So I already cut it out. Now I'll add a new layer on top of this, copy and paste the layer, paste the girl by pressing Ctrl V. Okay, now let's scale it down a bit and find a good position to make a stand. Maybe somewhat there, like that. Okay, so now I will use another set of mountains. I'll use the same technique as I told before. If you have observed recently, I have been making these new kind of videos on advanced Photoshop tutorials actually. But actually I find it a little bit sad that most of you are only watching the part 1 of the tutorial and not watching into part 2. But that's actually feeling a little bit sad. I hope the viewers who are watching this do watch the part 2 also, because actually if you see most of these tutorials, I'll be just placing the components in the part 1 of the tutorial. The further most important lighting works actually comes in the second part. Even for this tutorial I'm just going to place a large number of components in this, and afterwards make sure to watch part 2. That's what I can say. Yeah, so let's get on with the hard work, shall we? Actually it's quite late. It's actually almost 12 in the night here. Midnight. You can call this midnight mania. Well, I'll add a new layer and I will paste this waterfalls background, jungle waterfalls background. I'll scale it up a bit. It covers most of the image. It's actually the basic background. Okay, so we'll place these components. Now I will select the waterfalls background layer, and I will use the selection tool to select the sky. Now I will just invert the selection and this is it. Okay, so this is the background that we'll be using. It's one of my most favorite backgrounds, the desert sky. I'll add a new layer and I'll paste that and scale it up nice and big, like that. Okay, so this is another cliff. Actually what we're planning is we're going to create a sort of valley scenario. So that's why we're going to use so many kinds of rocks, cliffs, that you can find, join them together to form some sort of valley like feeling that you get. Okay, I will right click and I will flip it horizontally. and place it somewhere there like that. Okay. Now, using the same technique that I told before, I'll be selecting this castle. So you're a really good one, right? Uh, well, if any of you know where we can find this castle, please comment below and let the people in the tribe know where this place is. It's a good one, actually. Maybe I can visit it someday. Ah, this message keeps on showing up. Mismatch in profile. Never mind. We'll just work it up. Yeah, I'll put that layer down, and I think I need to scale it down a bit. Yes, we'll scale it down like that. Find a good place, maybe there. Yeah, a little bit more. Perfect. And put this layer down there like that. Okay, and I'll bring it down a bit. Yeah, somewhere like that, maybe. Hmm. Okay. But the image looks extremely, you know, saturated. Let's see if I can blend this rock with this mountain. Yeah, not bad. Hmm. Oh yeah, there's a slight problem in this. As you can see, the trees and all of the waterfalls layer is actually not blending with the mountains. So what I will do is I'll just add a mask to that layer and see if I can brush it out to make it blend with each other. Yeah, you know this mask concept, right? It's very simple. When you add a mask and you can use a brush instead of erasing it out using an eraser, and mask actually works in inverse manner, that if you have a white background you can use a black brush. Okay, now we'll let the process of brightness and contrast, we'll adjust that a bit for the rocks actually. Hmm. Okay, now let's add a bit of gradient. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, let's try to blend that together. So we'll add a gradient from the slight yellow color to transparency and see if we can blend these layers together. One of the biggest tasks with dealing with these kinds of images is blending these images together is one of the primary tasks, I would say, because that gives it a better feel. And blending of images is actually really a skill, I would say. Let's see this sort of, what do you call this? A mountain? Oh, sorry. I mean a small cluster of rocks just cramped up together. So yeah, we'll invert this and let's see if we can use the blending tool to blend it together. Double click on this. Come on, open up, open up. Yeah, we got it. So we'll push this white bar aside and we can see, not bad, I guess. Oh, let's divide it into two by pressing Alt. Okay. I don't know whether this will work out or not, but let's give it a try. We'll erase out of this unnecessary details such as this tree. We'll use the move tool. Oh yeah. I didn't select the layer, sorry. Oops. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, now let's all adjust of these components a bit there, here and there, like that. Actually, placing of these components together is actually one of the other things that gives it a very good finish. We'll just work on the saturations. We'll desaturate this, clip it to that layer by pressing Alt so that until that pop icon appears. Damn, it's raining heavily. And it's really cold too here in Chennai. What am I desaturating? Oh, yeah, okay. We'll adjust the hue a bit. Okay, now let's go on with the light. I feel, the sunlight has to emerge right from the side of the castle. Yeah, somewhat there like that. And press on OK. You will place it somewhat there like that. Oops. Let's give it a more slight lighter color, shall we? Yeah. Maybe a little bit, yeah, there. Perfect. Okay. Click on OK. And before that, we'll just scale it up a bit. Oops, too much scaling. Yeah, there like that. Change its name on the screen. We'll just add a little bit of lighting effects by providing the reflection onto the skin. Choosing a dark color mode. So what like that, and change its blending mode to screen. The shadows can be applied, and just play around this with this settings, the distance, choke, and all. Then click on OK. So our image is starting to take life. I think I don't need that. It looks kind of awkward. Okay, in order to give it a little more depth, I will be adding these gradient maps. Change its blending mode to multiply. And decreasing its opacity maybe to around 30%. And so I'll give it something like that. So that brings us almost to the end of the first part of the tutorial. Actually, what I'm doing is applying this gradient. That's all. Yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to watch out for the part 2. Like, comment, and subscribe for more.